What's up? It's me, Nazario. That's probably the last time you'll hear me say that. The TLDR for this video is that I am changing my name from Nazario to J.GH. I am not just a producer, but I am an artist, and I have a new song coming out on January 6th. The bulk of this video, after this, will be explaining all of these things in detail. So if you don't care to know the detail, then just like and subscribe on your way out, I guess. Thanks for watching. But for everyone that wants to know more about my oversharing self, let's get into it. So starting with my name. I've been going by Nazario since probably around like 2012, 2011 when I was 16, 17. I had just started making music and I had a friend who told me that I should go by Niz for music, which she was from Philadelphia and apparently that was Philly slang for no. And my 16-year-old brain was like, but if I add E-R-E-O to that, it's different. So that's how I ended up with the name Nazario. And I've been operating under that name for now at this point, like 10 or 11 years with a little change in the moment, but we're not gonna get into that. My motivation for even going with a name that wasn't my actual name was that I don't necessarily like my name for music. I don't feel like Jordan Hopkins sounds like a cool name. I wouldn't personally want to tell people that I'm listening to Jordan Hopkins' music. It doesn't roll off the tongue. I didn't feel like the name was artistic enough. And then also at the same time, around that point in my life, I was kind of having an identity crisis where I didn't really know who I was, or at least I felt like I didn't know who I was. It was kind of my way of creating this ideal creative person that I wanted to be by coming up with a name and whatever and blah, blah, blah. Fast forward to now and I am 27 years old, almost 28, and I actually have a better idea of myself and who I am and what I stand for and represent, and my identity crisis is pretty much over. So I don't really have those same insecurities that I had when I was younger. Because of that, I feel like I have outgrown the name Nazario. It served its purpose at the time, but now it is time for me to move past that. And something that I've wanted to do for a while is figure out a way of still doing something creative with my artist name, but being close to my actual name. So what I came up with is J.GH, which are my initials. But my name wasn't the only thing that I realized I had outgrown in these past couple of months. I also realized that I'm not just a producer. I'm also an artist. The specific style of music that I'm gonna be making moving forward is going to be electronic music for now, that could grow and change as my skills evolve and as my inspirations change, because that happens. For people that don't know me, that's going to seem very left field and out of the blue because I'm a hip hop producer and things like that or whatever, and I make R&B. But I've always loved listening to all kinds of music. Even before I was making music, I was borderline obsessed with it. Even to the point of, at some points, falling asleep with CDs in my bed as a kid. My musical taste is very wide, and as a result of that, it's hard for me to just want to make the same thing over and over again. To me, it was starting to feel very impersonal in the way that I was creating. It was all about getting faster at making beats and making more beats and things like that, and not really about exploring sound and finding new things. And that's something that I actually really enjoy about music. I do believe that quality and quantity are two things that can go together. But at the same time, I don't necessarily like the idea of just making a ton of beats in the hopes that somebody will come along and turn it into a real song. Like I was saying, I like to explore sounds and sound design and things like that. And you can do that in hip hop and R&B, but it's kind of limited in comparison to other genres like electronic music. That just by default started pulling me more in that direction. And you'll see that I've kind of been moving in that direction if you go back on my Spotify page, for example, because it's not like I've been dropping all hip hop tracks. There's been electronic music mixed in. But I'm just realizing that electronic music is more of what I want to do as an artist rather than hip hop or R&B. So now let's talk about this new song that I'm putting out. Like I was saying, I've been being pulled more in the direction of electronic music for a while now, and also in the direction of being an artist and creating music for myself. But a lot of the reason that I never really went all in with that for a while had to do with me feeling like I owed it to people to continue going down the path that I was going. In these past few months, I've been realizing that that's been a very big theme for my life, all the way ranging from like going to college to even sticking with a specific genre that maybe is not really as fulfilling to me at this point in my life as other genres. And a lot of that led to me putting a lot of time and energy into other people's goals, aspirations, and dreams, or just businesses. And I just kind of distracted myself from what I really wanted to do by working on these things for other people. And some of this stemmed out of a fear of being perceived as selfish. But what I have realized is that it's not all the way bad to be selfish at times. If I keep on doing things for everyone else, then I'm never gonna be able to do the things that I have wanted to do for myself. I came to the conclusion that I need to actually do what I wanna do. I'm 27 right now and I'm about to turn 28. And I can't just keep on putting things off that I want to do just because I feel a responsibility to other people and what they're doing, because that's not fair to me. And this has been a trend in my entire life. Even when I was a little kid, all the way till now, I have just prioritized other people over myself. And I think it's finally time for me to be selfish and do something for myself that I have wanted to do for years. And that brings us to the song, even though I said that earlier. On January 6th, I will be putting out my first single as the new artist, J.GH. Formerly known as Nazario, I guess. I don't know, whatever. And the song is titled Do This For Me. I didn't make it as a statement about, oh, I'm doing this for me. And it kind of fit with the direction that I was heading in. I'm doing these things for me now. I'm doing music for myself and not for other people. Now, I will say, I am not quitting my job. I like my job and I need my job. But that doesn't mean that I can't do this one thing for myself. So if you wanna help me out with this first release, hit the link in the description below and pre-save the song and listen to it when it comes out. If you made it this far, I really appreciate it. You didn't have to watch this whole video. In reality, this video is really for myself, which is ironic with the title of the song. So I can look back at this point in my life and see where I made that change to finally do something that I have been avoiding doing out of some random fear of whatever, or self-denial, fear of being selfish. Thanks for watching, and if you want to follow along with this journey of me being a full-time artist with a 9-to-5, then definitely hit the subscribe button because there's going to be a lot more content surrounding that. Anyways, I will catch you in the next one, and enjoy my new song.